one of the ways to optimize the development of your AI structure is to not just take data in from your spreadsheets, but also to have the simulator produce the data for you. And oftentimes it's helpful to have that data be random or partially random. Here what we're doing is we're showing 4 key components here. The random number generator component right here, the dynamic simulated value component, the quantity diminishing component here, and let's just reset that so we can see that quantity diminish, and then the SimInfoLocal time component. These are helpful if you, the random number generator, if you want a random number each execution cycle. We're just taking one from 0 to 10 and we're producing a pre-built a bit pattern that drives this 7-segment LED. Down here we have dynamic simulated values that start out at a value and then they change by a random increment that you can customize. And then we're plotting that as these values are created. Over here we have a quantity diminishing component. Now this is a great component to facilitate simulation where you need to function on a proxy resource for any external consumable resource that has quantity and it can change in value, such as banking levels or fuel levels, biological capacity, hydraulic systems, food and water. And so this is really helpful if you're trying to drive this, and you can increment this back up and automate the management of that diminishing resource. And then the SimInfoLocal time really just supplies all data members of the local time down to the millisecond. This can be useful if you're trying to augment outgoing data on specific events. Working with Spreadsheet Data directly is easy with AI Builder 2. Here we just have 2 components, a CSV data input component and a CSV data output component. When you drag these to the screen, they're initially unset with the number of columns. Specify the data file and it will automatically create these outputs and name them according to what's in the data file. CSV data output simply structures itself according to the inputs you create, and it automatically populates the data file line by line as you complete the simulator. All we're doing here, we're going to continue to write data to this file from the input. We're going to disable that writing process when we've reached the end of the file. There are 58 rows here. We're also going to do some processing of 2 of the data elements that we get out of that. We're going to multiply the values, take the square root, and insert that line by line here with the associated data row. And we're also going to get the information about the simulator count. Let's just go, and we'll just start, and it should get right to row 58. And there we are, and we're done. This is no longer writing, although we see cumulative cycles continuing to go. It's not writing anymore. So we'll stop and we'll take a look at the files.